It's Monday. Yeah, it's morning.
And it's macabre for another week of spooky, scary stuff. It's Darson Scones here.
Ooh.
Coming to you live from inside the volcano, as you all know.
It's hot. I'm sweating.
Never forget it.
I'm sweating.
Scones he has lost 98% of his body fat over the course of the last couple of years that we've been doing this show. And boy, is he looking ready for summer.
It is a great way to stay in shape.
Mm-hmm. We always say that. Great way to stay in shape. Burn all your body fat off your body.
Literally burn.
Hashtag literally burn it. Light yourself on fire right now. I
guarantee you'll weigh less after.
It works 100% of the time. My grandfather is fit as fuck. In an urn. Oh, looking good. Well, it's my grandfather. I
was like, did his grandfather like get burned really bad or something?
Technically Papa took a little slippy. Papa didn't take a little slippy. That was a joke.
People are dying laughing.
People are loving it. They're like, this is the quality content we come for, guys. Welcome to Monday Morning Macabre, the show where we talk about spooky, creepy stuff that you can't talk to your friends about, but we can be your friends.
Yeah, you don't need them.
And my cat
you have
is
us.
Jumping in a box behind
what?
me. You don't need your friends. We're your friends.
Something jumped out of a box?
Jumping in a box. No, my cat is being a jack-in-the-box behind me, and I hope my mic is not picking it up, but I can't
It is not. Cats are quite silent. That's why you got kitten mittens.
But the box is not, is the problem. It's like when you got an invisible enemy and you throw some paint on them and all of a sudden they're visible. It's not the enemy's fault, it's the paint's fault. Scones.
So it's weird you
Is this a
said
good
that?
analogy?
Today I had this interaction with some...
Today I ran into an invisible alien.
No, today I had in my mind that from some TV show or movie, there was a reference to a character called called Ping Ping the Giant Invisible Panda.
Okay.
And
go on.
Me and the people I was talking with, no one could find any evidence of this ever existing.
Me and like the entire population of Massachusetts.
No one could find
who
were
the people? I mean, why aren't you naming names? Like, who are these people?
Oh, shout out to Lil Wassel. Shout out to Sammy G. Shout out to Jim Jam Flim.
Okay, so
shout out to.
Was this over virtual world?
Yeah,
this
is my life now. This is virtual reality.
Yes. Okay. Shorty.
So I was in the metaverse and I couldn't find any reference to Ping Ping.
You couldn't find any Zucker coins.
No, there's no record of a giant invisible panda anywhere.
All right, well, you heard it here first, folks. If you run into Ping Ping the invisible panda,
giant invisible
panda.
Call.
Excuse me, giant. If it's a small panda named Ping Ping, he's an imposter. He needs to be giant. Now, giant is kind of subjective because giant to me and giant to you could be two completely different giant. You know,
that's true. But he's invisible too, so it's even harder to tell the size.
That's true, guys. Welcome to Monday Morning Macabre, your favorite Wordle podcast. Today was something.
Trash. Was it trash? Was that the word?
No, it was not trash. Guys, I want to shout out our Patreon members for continuing to be patrons.
They the best
for the
music.
Feedback. They the best music. Thanks for listening to our latest little ditty
about Jack and
again, because we enjoyed the Tears for Fears, and we're definitely going to be doing another one shortly.
And this time it'll be video content.
And this time it's for keeps.
And this time we're leaving it all on the table.
I could have been the fucking trailer guy in like the 90s who did every trailer, you know?
This summer.
Yeah, this summer it's for keeps. And it's just like
Jason Statham like punching a guy.
Punching me.
Punching you,
sweet Jason Statham.
Bum, bum, baseball's back, everybody.
Death Race was a 2 out of 5.
Go Sox!
All right, Scones. Do we want to get to like the creepy stuff, or do we want to keep doing this? I don't know.
I'm trying to think. What else do I have to talk about?
What do you think the listeners? Yeah, do we have anything else we want to get across to the old earballs of those listener holes?
Oh, yes. Actually, no.
Oh, actually, speaking, shout out. This is not a sponsorship, but shout out to Stolen Rock and Rye. It's a whiskey that's in a black bottle that has like X's on it and says "Stolen" on the side.
Ooh.
But it is a good little whiskey. You got it's honey, orange peel, and wash, and some rye whiskey, and I'm slugging it down. I can't stop. Yeah, I'm a teenager. I'm invincible. I'm a Zoomer. Follow me on TikTok at Transformers Are Real.
Yeah, his TikTok's very strange. You post a lot, Darcy, about the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. It's very strange.
Yeah, can't stop, won't stop. And busting grumpies.
Almost no Transformers to be found.
I had an idea that I thought would be kind of funny, is that just make a TikTok that copies all of like the standard TikTok models of like, you know, content like baking and like, this is my favorite recipe, but like just somehow tie it into trying to convince people and believing myself that Transformers are a real thing.
I found a Transformer.
There's a lot to unpack there, and we don't have time, but what we do have time for, Scones, is to get into our spooky ookie dookie of the weeky ookie.
Please take a spooky dookie on my ookie right now. Let's go. Well, actually, wait, band.
Amber Heard style.
Band. Follow Darce on TikTok. All right, band.
Follow me on TikTok at Transformers Are Real.
Band, play us in.
All right, Scones. This is one that this is a story I've known about for a while, but I thought our listeners don't deserve it yet.
But now they do.
But they, after 160 episodes, I thought, you know what?
Jeez, is that where we're at right now?
It's something crazy, dude. It's like way too many episodes.
Getting too old for this shit.
Yeah, we've almost made as much money as we have made episodes.
We've had more seasons than Freaks and Geeks.
Sheesh, don't you want somebody to renew Freaks and Geeks?
I do. Right. Can we talk about how many careers that launched? No.
True. Zach Galifianakis, Zac Efron, Zack Schneider, Zach Stone is going to be famous.
What's the guy from Scrubs? He's a Zach.
Zach Braff. I like that movie about New Jersey, Garden State.
Good soundtrack.
What I meant to say was Seth Rogen, but anyway.
Oh yeah, Jason Segel,
Martin Short. The list goes on. Not Martin Short.
No, it's Martin Starr. Martin Short would have been very famous by the time that shit came out.
Martin Starr, not Martin Short. Anyway, Scones, today we're going to be talking about the mysterious disappearance of Brian Shaffer, the medical student who vanished from an Ohio bar.
Oh, no.
And just a spoiler alert, maybe the best name for a bar that we've ever covered.
Ooh.
But we'll get to it. And by we'll get to it, I mean, here is, you know how like All That's Interesting does like a quick synopsis in the first like paragraph? This is all that's interesting, by the way.
Oh, you don't say.
Oh.
Hoity-toity.
Isn't that interesting? So.
All right, so the bar is called like Teabag O'Reilly's or something?
Yeah, that's it. You got it.
Hoity-toity.
Hoity-toity. In the early morning hours of April 1st, 2006, 27-year-old Brian Shaffer was captured by CCTV cameras entering the Ugly Tuna Saloon and hasn't been seen since. Actually, it's the Ugly... Sorry, I misspoke.
That's so
it's
good.
It's the Ugly Tuna Saloona.
A bar I really like. I won't say where it is, but it's called Captain Seaweeds, and it's giving me Captain Seaweed vibes.
Ooh, I like Captain Seaweeds. That sounds like a place that gives you deals.
I like it. You walk in, and it's very dark inside.
That's how you know it's good. My parents always told me a story about Pineapple Pete's, and they said the lighting was so low you couldn't see your food, and it was horrendous.
You could not tell if your glass was clean.
As a second-year medical student at Ohio State, Brian Shaffer had a bright future ahead of him. But that all changed on April 1st, 2006, when a night on the town to celebrate the beginning of spring break ended in his disappearance.
Spring break!
Scones, where are you going this year for spring break?
Oh,
I know a lot of people are like, get to the disappearance, but
no. We're talking about Scones' trip to Scottsdale, Arizona, baby.
Hey, what are you going to do there, dude?
I'm going to put on sunscreen, sit by the pool, eat some vending machine snacks, and probably call it a day. Baby.
Hey, lovey that. Hashtag motel.
Hotel.
We paying the money for the day, yeah. We're in Scottsdale. A-Z. Shaffer was last seen leisurely bar hopping with his roommate when, in the company of many bargoers and just before 2 a.m., he inexplicably vanished.
So his roommate didn't. Do we?
That's a wrap. Did it. Okay, guys, loved this week. Great job, guys. Band, you killed it yet again. Phil, I think you're doing great off on the sidelines. You're knowing when to come in and when to not come in. It's been a wonderful time. Anyway, the night of Brian Shaffer's disappearance. Born on February 25th, 1979 in Pickerington, Ohio, Brian Randall Shaffer was a responsible son and student. After graduating high school in 1997, he attended Ohio State University, where he later began his studies at the OSU College of Medicine in 2004. As Shaffer told his peers, however, his real dream was to start a band.
Oh, dude.
Scones, that's your dream, right?
Yes. Still working on it. Med school's really hard.
Yeah. What's the genre again?
That's the proctology.
That's the genre of band you're trying to make?
No, it's the genre of med school I have to do. Because everyone knows if you want to start a band, you got to go through medical school first.
That's true. And you're a hashtag proctologist.
Yeah, the ass man, baby.
That's why they call Scones the ass man. Head on down to Arizona this summer.
Check out Seinfeld on Netflix.
As Shaffer told his peers, however, his real dream was to start a band. He was drawn to the tropical lifestyle of Jimmy Buffett and adored Pearl Jam enough to get their logo tattooed to his arm.
I love this guy. Everyone in society wants him to be a doctor, and he just wants to fucking be the buff man, dude. He just wants to be Jimmy Buffett.
Sucking down Tuesdays.
I guarantee Jimmy Buffett has more money than a doctor.
Yeah, that's true. Dude, his last name's Buffet, bro. Like, what?
He has a restaurant empire.
Yeah. Yo.
Yeah. Just LMFAO. Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, become Red Foo real quick.
Yeah.
Yo.
Okay.
The party's rocking. Yes. He met his girlfriend, Alexis Wagoner, in 2006. She was also a second-year medical school student. Those closest to the couple believed he was planning to propose to her during their spring break trip to Miami that was planned just before Shaffer's disappearance.
What if it was super sad?
His spring break trip to Scottsdale, Arizona.
I would poop.
I would watch you poop and go, yep, number 2, check that off the list.
Beat that, Amber Heard.
I heard that Brian Shaffer's family was first struck with tragedy in 2006 when his mother died of bone cancer. Then on March 31st, 2006, Brian Shaffer and his roommate William Clint Florence walked to the Ugly Tuna Saloona bar in Columbus's University District, eager to blow off steam from their spring finals.
I also love that he wants to be. He's a parrot head, and he's going to the loose tuna,
right.
And it's in the middle of the country, nowhere close to the ocean,
right? Like the stinky tuna.org or whatever.
They got crab cakes, but it's not that crab you're thinking of.
Ooh,
think smaller and more legs.
Oh, spiders. Around 10 p.m., Shaffer called his girlfriend to confirm that the crab cakes were in fact spiders.
Wait, okay.
You had a double take on that? You genuinely believed?
You said crab cakes, and I was like, no way. And then you said the spiders thing, and then I came crashing back down to earth.
And then your castle made of glass came crashing down.
Yep. My ivory tower toppled. So wait,
around 10.
I have to ask.
Yeah, ask.
Where this is in the timeline of human achievement.
What?
Did anyone have a Game Boy Advance?
MySpace was still around. Oh, very good question. Yes, they absolutely had it.
Everyone whipped them out at the bar?
Honestly, it might have been like a year before the DS, but the DS would have been like right around the corner.
It was
not already.
It was in the lab still. They're cooking it up.
Yeah.
2 screens. Yeah. Can you believe that, folks? 2 screens.
Are you kidding me? 2 screens, Kirby.
Has not been done better or again, and may never be.
Or again, on purpose.
There may never be 2 screens again. Think about that.
2 screen. I'm Well, if I may, I am looking at two screens currently because I have dual monitors set up on my computer. Is that the same idea?
Play Darcy's Funny Boy music right now.
Hachi chachi, it's the funny boy. Hachi chachi, there goes Darcy.
I like that a lot. I like that a lot.
Hey, if you like it a lot, buy
Subscribe,
my album.
Yeah.
If you like that, hit the like button, leave a 5-star review.
To see us live in Scottsdale, Arizona.
We're gonna be playing at the Motel 6 on 4th and 18th, eating M&Ms out of the old vending machine.
Yeah, BYOC, bring your own change for the vending machine.
Yes, please do. We are brokedog.com. Around 10 p.m., Shaffer called his girlfriend to confirm their trip and to tell her that he loved her. Wagoner was headed to visit her parents in Toledo before reuniting with Shaffer on Monday morning.
Holy Toledo.
After shots and beers at the Ugly Tuna, the two men... that sounds like a fucking, like...
That sounds so sick.
Sounds like a Tarantino movie.
I wish I was...
Shots and beers at the Ugly Tuna.
Shots and beers at the Ugly Tuna. I don't think my body could handle that anymore.
Nah, we're both teenagers. We're never going to be allowed to drink. You know what I mean?
Hey, man, brother. It's the fucking man, dude. I just want to smoke pot at the bleachers.
Dude. Bro, I just want to smoke junk.
Just want to smoke absolute junk with my boys and talk absolute silliness.
Bro, actually, speaking of boys, me and my son had our first bachelor night over the weekend.
That's sick. Did you watch Die Hard and Crush Beers?
No, bro, we watched Coach Carter and listened to Buck Cherry on vinyl, bro.
Did you take him out to like a basketball hoop and show him like how the shot is so much better if you aim for the square?
Yeah, explain all that. Also, because I feel like I have to clarify, I do not have a vinyl Buck Cherry album.
Wait.
We did watch Coach Carter, though. So
I don't know what a vinyl Buck Cherry album is. Hand up.
So Buck Cherry was a band that had one song that came out in like 2006 called like Sorry, I think. I'm sorry.
Okay. I'll have to check that out on my own time because we got to keep this show moving, baby.
After shots and beers at the Ugly Tuna, the two men ambled to the Arena District in Short North, where they met Meredith Reed, Florence's friend, who offered to drive them back to the Ugly Tuna. As security footage outside the Ugly Tuna confirmed, all three of them rode the escalator to the bar's second-story entrance at 1:15 a.m. For some reason, Shaffer reemerged outside before 2 a.m. and was seen chatting easily with two women in their 20s before vanishing.
What does that mean?
Chatting easily? Yeah, that is an interesting choice of words.
My boy's out there chatting easy right now on some girls.
Yo, he's chatting on easy mode, bro.
You know, after 2 shots, he's chatting absolute easiness right now.
Yo, usually when he's sober, it's on hard mode, but he's chatting easily.
Fucking easy.
Florence and Reed tried calling him several times, but to no avail, and went home when the bar closed. Calls from his father, Randy Shaffer, and Wagoner also went unanswered all weekend.
That's so sad.
On Monday morning, it's very sad. On Monday morning, Brian Shaffer missed his flight, and he was designated as a missing person that day. During the first few days of his disappearance, up to 50 cops searched for him at any one time.
50 cops?
It's always interesting to me. I was going to say, when people like write cops and like in their article, it just comes off weird to me. I don't know why.
It definitely has like a 50 pigs. Like 50.
Yeah, right. I was just thinking that. I was like, 50 bacon snorting pigs. Like
guzzled down donuts when they should have been looking for this guy. No.
And you're like, okay, take it easy.
50 officers. Law enforcement.
Yeah, officers should have been. Just like, wow, this has an undertone. Shaffer's friends and relatives were questioned, and everyone except his roommate, who refused past lie detector tests.
Wait,
for some reason,
his roommate refused lie detector tests.
No, his fuel
mate. That's what I call people who smoke you up, bro.
Yo, bro, when I'm smoking that junk with my field mates,
you know it's silly easy to talk to girls after that.
Yeah. No,
I wish we were like that in real life.
I know, right? We'd be way cooler. We'd have way more friends.
Life would be so much easier.
We'd actually be going to Scottsdale, Arizona. So his roommate refused questioning. Like, he didn't want to answer questions, but he passed a lie detector test, I guess. So that's that.
Okay. That makes more sense. I thought you said he passed in the lie detector test. I was like, it was him.
I found the culprit. For some reason, those two women who he was seen chatting with were not asked to take tests. Bum.
Wait, aren't lie detector tests also like not used
not
anymore?
allowed, not admissible in court? No, they are not.
Okay.
But you know what? They make for a great article. So keep them coming, baby. Skulls, have you ever taken a lie detector test?
I have not. No, that was I did the school thing where you get to tour the police station, and they only had time to give one kid a lie detector test. And I was not it, but I did get my fingerprints.
Was it Richie Sullivan, dude?
Probably. Fucking Richie.
Fucking rat.
Fucking piece of shit, Richie.
Anyway, I've taken 2. Wagoner reportedly called his cell phone every day, but it went straight to voicemail. Until one night in September when it actually rang 3 times. But Shaffer's wireless provider said that that may have been a computer glitch.
Whoa.
Which
like Kanye
sucks.
West? He's the glitch. Wait, so can you say that again?
Wreck-It Ralph?
Wait, so whose computer glitched out? It was all bluey?
No, so Wagoner, his girlfriend, called his cell phone every day.
Yes.
But it continued to go straight to voicemail.
Okay.
And until one night in September, it rang 3 times. So they're like, whoa. Hashtag what the F.
That's super scary.
But then the provider said that it was just a glitch, which sucks for everyone. That's what I'm like. What do you mean a glitch?
Is the provider in on this?
What? It's big Verizon trying to take up.
Did AT&T take this guy out for some reason?
Let's just say.
Did Jimmy Buffett call AT&T and tell this guy he was getting too close to the truth?
I don't understand how what edge case do you have where it's like, yeah, once in a while it'll just ring. That just seems weird.
Yeah.
Additionally,
also,
his phone was not
so
GPS
sad
enabled.
because you know that glimmer of hope.
Yeah, that was that sucks. Right. And it also sucks for the guy who's on customer support on that call.
Yeah, he's like
it sucks for everyone.
Hi, this is John.
And
even though he probably has an accent and his name's probably not John. And he's like, they're like, I have a crazy fucking situation to explain to you right now.
Yeah, it's like, sit down, sir. Additionally, his phone was not GPS enabled, so its location could not be determined. But a ping from a phone was detected at a cell tower 14 miles northwest of Columbus. Though Pearl Jam's Eddie Vedder spoke of the disappearance of Brian Shaffer at a Cincinnati concert. Well, remember he had a tattoo of Pearl Jam.
Yes, but
and when you have a tattoo of Pearl Jam, right. Eddie Vedder gets a phone call.
I have a Lord of the Rings kind of theme tattoo. Peter Jackson's not ringing me up.
No, but J.R. Tolkien is in his grave right now going, oh
he's
boy, I wish I had a
phone to cover his boner.
Yo, J.R. Tolkien's Rolly Boneskers?
The unreleased book. Christopher Tolkien didn't have the guts to release his dad's last book.
Middle Earth, more like Major Girth. Am I right, dude?
He's so beloved that someone out there is going to be like, how dare you two?
How dare you say Girth instead of Earth? I'll say this in Elvish to you.
Oh God, your Elvish is on point.
Thank you. Dude, wait till you learn my Urukai. The Columbus Police Department remained baffled by the case despite the evidence that they had. The final footage of Brian Shaffer from the security cameras at the Ugly Tuna Saloona clearly showed him walking off screen and back towards the bar entrance before disappearing entirely. It was certainly possible that the cameras simply missed Shaffer before he left the scene. But one camera panned continuously around while the other was manually operated. And while the bar also had one other exit, it led to a chaotic construction site. Investigators then wondered if that meant perhaps Shaffer had disappeared on purpose. He could have changed his clothes or left through the exit that led to the construction site. But Shaffer's family has always insisted that there was no motive for him to fake his disappearance.
I hope that's the case. I hope he's like in a Jimmy Buffett cover band.
He's wasting away again in Margarita.
And he's just in some island town in Costa Rica, just playing at bars all night.
Just
dude, that sounds sick. I just convinced myself my new life plan. If I'm not in the podcast next week, listeners.
All right, we know what happened.
I'm in Costa Rica.
And indeed, it seemed he had more to look forward to than escape from. When neither Brian Shaffer's credit cards, bank accounts, nor cell phone were used a single time in more than a year, his family began to lose hope that he might still be alive. Which this also sucks for the family, especially because like you just have no idea.
Yeah.
Like he just disappeared off the face of the planet.
Getting closure there, you have to like fully reach it yourself. Right. There's no external.
Shaffer's remaining family consists of his only younger brother who is still searching for him.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Hope briefly came up and went in 2020 when a photo of what looked like an American man who was homeless in Tijuana, Mexico, and who bore an uncanny resemblance to Shaffer went viral. After a rigorous facial analysis, however, the FBI determined that it wasn't him.
The FBI's involved? Holy schmoly.
Yeah, it goes straight to the top. John Kerry determined.
Bill Clinton's former aide.
We all know John Kerry's the top. So, if alive, Brian Shaffer would be 42 years old. The Ohio Bureau of Criminal Investigation released a digital mock-up of his face to reflect that age progression in hopes that someone might miraculously spot him should he still be alive.
Is there like a GoFundMe that his brother has or something?
I don't know. For anyone who does, Central Ohio Crime Stoppers have offered a $100,000 reward. So that's the disappearance of Brian Shaffer. Now, as I've said before, it's Schaffer. It might be, or no, Schaffer. It might be Shaffer. It's probably Shaffer, given the way it's spelt, but in my head, Shaffer is like a last name and Shaffer is not. So I had heard about this, and a lot of people would be like, how does this guy just disappear from a bar? So I went to Unresolved Mysteries subreddit, and 3 months ago, a thread popped up. What do you think happened to Brian Shaffer? And there's some interesting thoughts here.
Ooh. I can't find a GoFundMe, so that stinks.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So the most upvoted response was, after all my research, most likely scenario, Brian ditched Clint after they bickered. Meredith and another witness or two gave this statement to police towards the very end of the night at the Ugly Tuna. This was something that often occurred between the two while out drinking. In fact, this exact scenario happened just weeks before on St. Patrick's Day, and Brian ended up storming off and walking home after a drunken argument with Clint on St. Patrick's Day 2006.
Sus.
To ditch Clint, Brian most likely exited the tuna minutes before Clint and Meredith started looking for him when they wanted to leave. Brian exited not through the main entrance, but through one of the several other exits that many of the patrons knew of. Either his exit wasn't picked up on camera, or that camera's quality wasn't good enough to distinctly pick him out. Brian's 10-minute walk home was in a notoriously dangerous and sketchy area back in 2006. It was also around 2 a.m., and he was pretty intoxicated. Just pull up the crime statistics for the area around his apartment in 2006. Most likely, Brian was in the wrong place and wrong time and became the victim of opportunity. There could be numerous reasons why no body was found. One consideration, although his family checked dumpsters on Sunday evening, we don't know when all those dumpsters were emptied or which ones were all checked. Once the contents of a dumpster has been through the compactor and is at the landfill, it's like searching for a needle in a haystack.
That's so scary that is just that easy of a way to just get rid of a body.
Yeah.
Just yeet into the dumpster.
It is like the first thing that someone would think of, so you'd think it would be hard to do, right? Like you'd be like, just throw it in the dumpster and like not get caught. Hello? It should be noted that there's been numerous cases where a body was taken to a landfill, but despite all the police searches' efforts to recover it, they were never able to recover it from the landfill. So that's the top comment, and then many other comments kind of reiterate that the area that the Ugly Tuna Saloona is in is surrounded by very bad neighborhoods, and a lot of people have come to the same conclusion that he was probably intoxicated and wandered into a bad situation and was killed by some
bad guy,
ne'er-do-well. But it is very interesting that he was never seen leaving. That like no camera picked him up.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. That's very sketchy.
So the thing is about this case is there's so many like directions it could go. Like there was those two women he was easily talking to. Could they have been like some murderous,
or like luring him into something?
Right, that's possible. It's possible that he disappeared in the bad area around. It's also possible that he, like, it's like kind of alluded to in this All That's Interesting article, that he might have gone to Tijuana, just like dipped and left. That was another thing. Yeah, Tijuana. That was another thing that came up in the Reddit thread, was like, people were like, hey, look at all of these stress like factors in his life. He's got this medical school that like he was pressured into mostly by like his parents, and his mother just passed away. So maybe he was like, you know what, I'm just going to peace out entirely. Things like that, like, plus like potential engagement. They were saying like there's a lot of like stress. Maybe he was just like, screw it, I'm going to just completely up and vanish. But it's an interesting case. And while I do believe that like the most likely scenario is that he stumbled into a bad situation late at night in an area, it does make you wonder what actually happened,
Yeah. I mean, the bailing on everything is a better story.
It's definitely like something that like I would prefer, like
I choose what happened to this guy.
Yeah, if this was a choose your own adventure,
I mean, that's also like a terrible thing of him to do. Just bail on his family, cool. Like all these people, and just be like, they'll never find out if I'm alive or not.
Right, but also like, how do you go over a year without your cards or phone or anything being used, like to get to a place?
No Game Boy Advance.
Well, the Game Boy Advance is totally possible. There's no GPS enabled on Game Boy Advances, which is why they're one of the most well-known murder devices.
That's why any murderer worth their weight in gold or salt.
Worth their salt is using
he's carrying
GBA.
He's packing.
Yeah. He's packing a GBA, the one that you can see through and you can see all the circuitry.
Oh, it's so cool, dude.
That one's my favorite. Hey, Nintendogs.
Nintendogs, you making any more of those?
You making those? Shoot, send me one. Nintendogs. Put my name on it.
There's still tons of people on Etsy that make Game Boys.
Hey, remember Hey You Pikachu?
Remember Pokemon Snap? Remember the Game Shark that you plug your games into and then plug that into your Game Boy Advance and you get cheat codes.
And you get all the cheat codes. Hey. So anyway, that's the story of Brian Shaffer.
And it was never
wild
solved.
Story. Unsolved to this day. If you guys, it'd be crazy if one of you had information, but if you have information.
What if he reached out?
He's like, hey guys, love the pod. Just want to say, Jimmy Buffett plus Mexico equals ding, 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 ding.
Game Boy Advance.
Thank you guys for listening to another episode of Monday Morning Macabre. Check out the Patreon if you want seasons worth of content for $6. Pretty good deal. Gets me and Scony another turkey dinner for Thanksgiving.
We save up all year.
All year we save up and go, oh, I hope we can afford a big board.
Darce carries me on his shoulder like Christmas Carol.
Yep.
So I don't...
And we go, what's the biggest bird we can afford?
The one as big as me in the window.
And then there was that one year where the hijinks happened where I slipped on the ice, the bird went in the air, landed on your head, you ran around with the little legs on your shoulders.
Oh, we all had a good laugh.
We had a laugh. We lost all that money, but we had a laugh.
All the money gone.
Anyway, guys, thanks for listening. Check us out on MondayMorningMacabre.com for merch, Patreon, and episode information. Twitter at MMMacabre. Monday Morning Macabre on Instagram. And also, if you are a Southwest Airlines employee, you done goofed. You done fucked up.
Oh, no. What happened? Tell me. Spill.
Check our DMs.
Oh, God. We might be on a watch list for you saying that.
Well, watch these. Goodbye.